Keisha, we're back where we left it off. Mother and daughter's love. I am obviously the daughter of both my parents, mom and dad. And I was not lucky to have a daughter. You do have a daughter. So what's the difference between boy and girl, at least in your experience?
So much. The love of a son to his mother can never be replaced.
That one I know.
So daughter, so if she looks like you, it's even worse. And my daughter
does look like you.
She looks like me. There is a friendship love. There's a motherly love. There's a protector there for all of your kids. But with your daughter, that's like her mini you. This little person that can either show you the best of you or the worst of you. And then loving them regardless. And wanting them to be more than you. And so I said earlier that Vincent was the version of me that I hid from my mom, and Zoe was the version that I showed my mom. So this baby is
interesting.
Her core is we did this thing as a family with colors. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Myers-Briggs.
Okay.
And so my son wants to negotiate everything. My husband's very analytical and strategic. And both my daughter and I are extremely emotional to the point where we're off the scale when you do the test. So you have two emotional creatures, and then a person who wants to have fun, which is my son, and then my husband who's strategic. So how do we blend together as a family? How do I nurture her emotions by not telling her don't cry over that? I do believe that for her, and for both of my kids, but specifically for Zoe, the space to be. Unapologetic. If you're upset about something and you don't know why, say that. And I don't want to clip her wings. I want her to be completely solid in who she is, because when she leaves our house, the world is going to try to clip her wings anyway.
Of course.
So if that foundation is strong, she's ready.
And how do you manage that balance between being the protective, fierce mother that you are, and then raising that, unique human being into the fullness of who she can become? I feel the world is so harsh on girls, then later on us women, but on girls particularly. I would be such a protective mother to a girl if I had a daughter. And I'm somehow relieved
that you have a son.
That I'm still kind of protective. I'm still protective, but it's different. And you become as you grow old. Actually, it's even more acute to me now. The systemic imbalance of power, and that we have so many wrongs to right. A part of me is like, it's not on my kid. It's not on me even to right it all. But then you cannot not have that burden to carry. But at the same time, you want life to be soft for your child. You want, I don't know. How do you do it?
Grace. We're first-time parents.
So true.
And I ask for them to give me grace as I give them grace. I am very quick to apologize if I'm wrong. I respect my kids. And let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
Respecting children.
Yes.
These little humans with all these emotions, and they deserve it. They do. So I make sure that they know their voices are heard. And when I'm not listening, they can respectfully let me know.
Disagree.
And I try to keep that balance, and they hold me accountable. That's what works. And I would say I'm protective of Zoe, but I'm more protective of Vinny, because that's a hard life too.
I know.
For little boys.
I know, especially the softies.
And I parent differently. Neither one of them are the same. So my parenting style with him is totally different.
Then he's different as well.
Of course. And so he'll mention, well, you didn't yell at Zoe for doing this. Okay, well, I didn't yell at her, because when I tell her to do something, she does it. But when I tell you to do something, it's a negotiation. So my tactic is different with you.
Of course.
So he's like, oh, okay, I get it. My love for you is the same, but my teaching and my training of the two of you is different. And that's been established at the very beginning. But I also look at, I grew up where my mom would say, I'm not here to be your friend.
Mhm.
And she did, my mom, that woman is
Tough.
amazing. She has a spine of steel, but soft around the edges. And I learned so much from her. And she did the best that she could. And I also learned,
one of us.
like we all are doing. But I also learned that there were certain things that, because she wasn't raised that way, I wanted to break that cycle.
Of course.
I wanted to break the cycle of asking why. Asking why holds you accountable. Don't just do as I say.
To bring the accountability aspect to parenting that your parents didn't have.
Exactly. I wanted them to have it. I want you to ask why. So when I hold you accountable for your actions, you understand why you did it. Whereas before in our generation, I grew up as a little girl. My auntie used to say, little ladies are to be seen and not heard. Gosh, no thank you. I want to be seen and heard, right? But that's how she grew up.
Of course.
And silence does what for people? I want two outspoken individuals grounded in truth, grounded in love, and moving about this earth with the understanding of their purpose.
Of course.
That's what I want. So that means we have to do things a little bit differently. That means you get to ask me why. That means mommy can be your friend too. Right? That means showing them and explaining. When I'm not your friend, don't talk to me like you're a friend. Yeah, I'm your friend, I'm your mother. I can have that conversation with you. So that to me, it's a journey. They keep me humble.
Yes.
And it's fun, and the grace that I give them and the grace that they give me, and the very need to apologize. And not be stubborn. Just because they're 11 doesn't mean that you don't get to apologize for saying something that hurt their feelings. Because then what are you creating? Two little individuals that know how to have a safe and healthy relationship with individuals and hold themselves accountable.
Yep. It's also uncharted territory, right? I always say to myself, it's the and, not this or that.
Exactly.
I can be your mother and your friend. I can be your mother and your advisor.
Yes.
And also you can be my friend.
Yes.
So I can listen in there, take in your advice.
Yes. And that's not how our parents grew up.
No.
And they are not grace, right?
We did. I think therapy helps.
Therapy helps. And I also make sure that they know that if it's something that I'm not able to provide for them, we can make sure you get some help. Because mental health
there's some help, and there's the village as well.
Yes.
And it's one aspect that is in at least modern families or Western families that is missing, that was really present in my life.
Okay.
I can't imagine what my childhood would have looked like without the aunties and cousins.
Yes.
And they're both siblings and friends.
Yeah.
Aunties are, like, for me, the best form of unconditional love. I even have, the one ambition I have is to really document or talk about that auntie's love, especially childless aunties. They love you differently.
They do.
And I don't know what mothers would have done without them. And we don't give them enough credit, I feel, at least in our context.
Which brings me to my sister. This other picture that you have of mine. So my sister,
That's the last picture.
can you see that? We look alike, right?
You do. I had to think twice, like, who's Keisha?
Keisha. She's older.
This is Keisha.
That's me. I look younger, as I tell her all the time. There's a 10-year age difference between she and I.
Oh my God. She doesn't look 10 years older than you.
She's phenomenal.
What's her name?
Bayandra. She is the second mom to my kids. She's my advisor.
Was she the firstborn?
My brother was. He passed. So it was three of us. My brother and my sister. She's the middle child, and I'm the youngest, or the baby. And she gave everybody a run for their money. She taught me to ask why and ask the hard questions, and also taught me about responsibility. She's always been a hard worker.
Oh, wait a minute. You're the last born?
I am.
Lucky you.
Baby. And I brought peace. I'm the peacemaker. That's what everyone calls me in the family. She is the fiery one. And we grew close because there's a 10-year age difference between the two of us.
It's a big gap.
We grew close when she went to college and I was going to high school.
Okay.
And she played a really pivotal part in my life then because it was just my mom and I. My mom and I had divorced. I was coming from this small private school that I was telling you, yes, entering into this huge school in the suburbs. I was in DC for such a long time.
And a teenager.
And a teenager and a strict mama. And my sister gave that good balance. When I had my first crush, instead of my mom saying, you can't have, your first crush, my sister was like, Mom, it's okay. She was the buffer. She was the buffer and my protector as well. And so she's the only one, besides my husband, but the only one who knows all my secrets.
Of course. And she was the first one to know them.
She's the first one to know them. And she doesn't have any kids of her own.
See?
She has mine. And she was a teacher. She's one of those teachers that you have that teacher you remember. Like I remember Miss Campbell. She's that teacher that her students were her kids. They still contact her.
See, there's something about motherless women who really love differently. I feel they have more space in their hearts.
Yes.
Once you have kids of your own, somehow your life priorities really change forever. And there will be kids, but then you have your kids.
Yes.
And the way my sisters love my son, it's something
different.
No, very, very different.
It's different.
And deep and unconditional grieving.
And what we need to give ourselves.
And without those expectations that we do have as parents, that you still want to shape your kid.
Of course. But they come in when we need that break.
They do.
They have that conversation that may be difficult to have with us.
Of course.
So their role from the beginning is foundational.
Big time.
I'm so blessed. So blessed to have her. She's hysterical. And such a big part of me and my family.
Where does she live?
She lives in Laurel with my mom.
Oh,
Maryland.
Oh my God.
So they're like roommates. These two, the two of them. And I like that because my mom is getting older. And my sister and her, that's company for each other.
And you're far and you know that she's close.
And she's one out of it. Meanwhile, Lois Cole, my mother, she needs no one to keep an eye after her. She's probably more fit than the two of us.
Amazing.
Super active and just great. So that's a big part in raising them as well. That she plays a part in that. It's just, she's my sister. And I have my sister friends. There's nothing like that bond between she and I. It's like twins. And we're 10 years apart. We can finish each other's thoughts. Sometimes we'll call each other and we'll have on the same thing.
Amazing, sister. The connection. I have a different experience, at least for myself.
Okay.
I can close my eyes and see such powerful, strong women who shaped me and who remain like towering figures. But when I look at the male figures, they're kind of lacking. Or it's a pale comparison. They can't stand the comparison. That is me when I look back as a child, but even now, like the men I look up to, very few, if any. But the women are right there. So I feel there's this imbalance when it gets not only on nurturing, really, in terms of presence. Yeah. Presence and showing up. I feel like the women I know how to show up and men a bit less. Or
it's true.
If anything.
Yeah, the role models for me are women. It's the growth mindset, I think. That continues.
Is it that only?
I think it's for me, it's a being part of not wanting to repeat the same mistakes.
True.
So that means I'm watching what I don't like.
The self-awareness.
It's self-awareness and your continuous need to grow. So I said to my husband, who I adore, your role in our kids' lives, it could be one of fond memories or one that is not. So it's almost like, what side of history do you want to be on? You can look back, we can look back at our lives and say, for a moment of time, I didn't see my dad.
Yes.
Oh God, he missed out on so much. And the tremendous amount of pressure that put on our mothers. right? What happened?
It's unfathomable.
And a lot of times, well, it's similar story to you. When my dad got very sick, again, I feel like it was a cleansing for him. Baby, let me explain, what happened. And when I got to the root of it, maybe that's why this is a part of my core as well, is what he was lacking was love. Just that you did a good job. Let me give you a hug. Not the stereotypical things that come, don't cry, don't do this. Like those things that really affect how they grow up and move about in this world.
So true.
And when he told me some of the things that happened when he was growing up, it was just a vote of confidence that was needed.
Of course.
A little bit of grace for a mistake instead of, why would you make a mistake like that? So I'm very intentional with my son. And my husband is very intentional with him. You express yourself. You want to cry, you cry. If you don't want to cry, you don't. But don't put on yourself what society says you should and should not do. Because that's not the natural way of doing things. And I want him to have male role models that he looks up to. So I'm intentional. We are intentional about that. Who we put in their lives so we break the cycle.
Of course. I mean, but I'm still coming back to my question, in which I know we kind of shared. Really, where are the men, the solid men, around our kids, around ourselves, the good male friendships? I do have amazing male friends, but all of them are gay, and this is another component of a women's life, or women's lives. I don't know what my life would look like without my gay friends.
Yeah.
Just because they truly allow for the friendship.
Yeah.
The quality of our relationship is, they're part of the sisterhood if you want, but they have that male polarity. So we can have also a woman to man conversation that I don't have with my girlfriends. But then again, do men have those friends?
I hope so. They need them.
They do. They do.
I feel like men are more emotional than we are. But they live in a society where
They're closer to
down. Yeah.
They're closer
On that. And so where are they? I also wonder too, when you have what I've seen and even what I've experienced with a former boss of mine who was a gentleman, what I found when it comes to even mentorship for men, there's a huge insecurity there if you're a strong woman. And don't be opinionated. And I find that fascinating because what it really boils down to is their own insecurity.
Of course.
So I can't help you with that. That's a you problem. But I have to figure, we've, especially in leadership, right? We've figured out how do we stroke an ego,
yes,
and still continue to get ahead,
yes,
and be heard,
yes,
and be valued. This automatically sometimes comes with the male stature, respect. They know, and then we have to cut. No, we have to break that, and we have to be looked at. I'm not saying as they use this term. I'm not a feminist. I am an equal opportunist. I just want us to be on the same playing field.
What's the difference, though?
So if I talk to my husband about this,
okay,
I do believe in roles. I'm very happy to say in our household, I do believe in the structure of headship. Your role and my role are two different things.
Absolutely.
I am not saying that I want to get out here and play football because men play football. No, thank you. I don't want to break a neck. I'm not saying that I want to go out and take trash either. So that doesn't make me less of a woman or less
of anything for that matter.
Exactly. I am equal opportunist. I want to be treated the way that you want to be treated. I want to have the same, we have common values. Don't treat me any differently.
And so for me, the two words then are synonymous.
Okay.
Because as a feminist, what I believe is that we should have equal opportunities. And that's pretty much it.
Yes.
But I get the not using feminists because it could be triggering.
It could. Because it seems like you're against.
No.
And I'm the peacemaker. I come from a Christian background. Very happy.
But I do stand for the word feminist for what it represents.
Yes.
As you need to remember in the backdrop of your mind of this systemic imbalance of power, and that's what feminism is all about. We first acknowledge there is a problem. And then once you know there's a problem, please let's have
a conversation.
Equal opportunities. Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Yes. You should have really a summit on that.
Oh yes. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Hopefully with men. With feminist men, really.
And I think it goes back to insecurity.
But see, all the what's the word even? All the thoughtfulness us women have to put in our conversations, in our daily lives, so as to not stroke them the wrong way. You see, I intentionally didn't want to make this podcast a thematic one.
Yes.
But this one could stand out really. Yeah.
Yes.
One to have.
And to break barriers. To talk about what's not spoken about right now. Or it's like the big elephant in the room.
It truly is. And in many ways, there are many conversations around that topic, but we can always peel a layer and get more real.
Yes.
More having sometimes granular conversations. I pick it on myself. My age, I still find things in me like, oh my God, I thought I was a free woman. Look at me doing this. I catch myself. But I guess, it's a work in progress for all of us.
And
for all of us, it's really okay.
It's okay.
It's really okay.
It's going to be perfect. And I have to stop, as I'm growing in this space, as I am getting ready to enter into a new chapter in my life, I am saying and reminding myself, and my squad is reminding me too, that I'm not perfect, that I'm going to make these mistakes, and do not be so hard on yourself. I think the best way I could describe it is think of Hershey's Kiss.
No, I don't.
So Hershey's Kiss is a type of candy. Okay. It's a chocolate.
Okay.
But it's wrapped in foil.
Okay.
The foil looks hard, like it's hard to get in.
It's foil.
So we can look at ourselves as foil. Inside is
soft.
It's delicious and it's soft.
It's melting.
Yes. So it's okay to have a combination of both. One doesn't have to be overpowering. And so figuring out what that balance is comes from your community. And healing. So that phenomenal friend of yours who said there's power in healing in the community.
Yes. We heal in community, that's what he said.
We do, and there's so much healing that still needs to be done. And not everyone is going to want to do therapy, but community is therapy too.
It truly is. Maybe it was the original form.
That's true.
I think it was the original form.
Yeah.
People would gather, would have friends, would have all sorts of relationships that would mirror them.
Yeah. We're on a journey.
Yes.
Not a race. A journey. And I think as long as we are not ignoring the signs on the road or stopping to smell the roses to continue that growth, to continue to make sure that we're doing better, if we keep doing that, we're going to be just fine.
We all are a work in progress. What else should we be looking at?
Let me see. Oh, did you see this one?
I did. I could identify Samantha Powers. And the gentleman in the middle is your husband. And that's you in black. Oh, your kids.
My kids.
And then to the right, is it your sister? Who looks really like you? And then on the far left,
my mom.
Oh my God, she looks young.
I don't know. So I have good genes. Looks like the cards are pretty good for me.
Oh, Keisha, you're an inspiration to so many. Keep living it all on the field. Oh, wonderful.
So that was at my swearing in.
Wow.
When I raised my hand and took that oath to lead Rwanda and Burundi in July.
Amazing.
That was a pivotal moment in my career for a lot of reasons. USAID at that time in July, that was just last year.
It was like longer.
Forever. there were only 8 African American women that were mission directors in all of USAID, myself included.
In 2024.
2024. So this was a proud moment in my career because of that, because I was recognized as a senior leader in our agency. I mean, the next step would either be switching over to State Department and becoming an ambassador, or, and I didn't want that. This was it. Lead this mission in Burundi and maybe do 2 more assignments. And so many people came in from around the world for this ceremony. And my mom was so proud. And to sit in that room and listen to former Administrator Power, give her remarks, and then I give my remarks, and I talk about, like I'm doing with you,
Yes.
how did I get here? What led me to this
moment.
road at this moment where my babies are looking at me? And my principal from the school came.
Oh, how sweet.
And that is something I'll cherish forever. I have no regrets.
How wonderful.
No regrets in this journey, no regrets in the decisions that I've made. I feel like I have so much more to give, so much more to do.
You spend, I don't know, a few months in a position and you feel you have spent a lifetime in it because you gave it your all.
I did.
You gave it your all, and the seeds you planted, and you're still planting, Keisha, will carry people through so much more. And of course, it will carry you forward.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch upon what's next, or you want us to look at other pictures?
I could touch on what's next.
Please.
I have this saying where I say my piece with peace. So the next step, I'm heartbroken about what has happened, but I'm not distraught, nor am I lost. So what happens next? Well, consultancies, career. I think
Here and there, here, the continent,
here,
Rwanda.
only on the continent, and absolutely in Rwanda.
Okay, so we can pin places on the map.
Yes. I want to give back in a way that is impactful. And right now is the time when so many opportunities are going to open up on what to do next when you have changes. So change management,
Yes.
is one of the things that I want to focus on. Human capital management, taking care of people. That is a strength of mine. I'm very confident about that. Leading through crisis.
How do you even put it on the CV? Because see, I see it in you, and I see it in a few people I know of. But human capital is such a broad
It is.
word, and one that actually annoys me because I feel that people can raise money for it,
Yeah.
but a few people really know what it is all about, what it takes, and and few people really are passionate about it. Yeah, you're passionate about people, I can tell. I am also, and and there is no formal training for it. I mean, you can do formal training, but there's brushing with life.
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping that connections will help me, because it is, you're right, putting it on the CV,
Like,
it's almost like you have to taste it
you know
to
me,
fully get it.
you know me, so you know
Yes.
what it's all about.
Yes. So I'm going to use connections and the relationships that I build and people that know me that can help me launch into this. And that's what's next for right now.
You are needed. You are.
Thank you.
You are. You truly are.
And I'm going nowhere. I'm just beginning. Seeds have been planted. Now it's time to water them. And it's time for me to enjoy what's next. I can literally say before 50 that I'm retiring from the US government. And I am on to the next with my sisters. And I just say, look out. Watch out for us. We are coming by storm. And we're unapologetic about what we're doing. And I say this to my daughter and my son. The sky is the limit. I'm gonna take a little breather. My ultimate goal after this, like 10 years after consultancy, you will not believe it.
Why not?
I am obsessed with weddings,
Okay.
and I want to do event planning.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm
Wonderful.
totally into it.
Wonderful.
I love. I'm obsessed with weddings, and so the next step
Celebrating love.
celebrating love, and I want to be a part of that day.
Because there's so much involved on a wedding day. Family expectations, cultural considerations, depending on if you both come from the same
Exactly.
continent, culture, all of that. And then there's just personal preferences.
Yes.
All of that. I don't know how people blend it. I never had a wedding. So I was married, but we never had a big weddings.
But you would want your vision in it. So when you do, I know you said June.
No, I said I might.
Your life.
And no, I said I might reconsider. It's not a season in my life. It was never a thing. Actually, I never wanted to get married. This was a story for another decade. But my ex-husband wanted. So then I said yes. But this is what you want, wait.
It's a party. It's such a fun thing.
But I do love the idea of a commitment. I absolutely adore my people, my community, to bless and witness the love. I'm not sure it should take the form of a contract. I'm not sure. This is me candidly to you. I'm not sure it should be a love party. So it should be a big party.
Yes.
But it could be, I don't know.
That's the point. So when you talk to someone like me planning, that's what would be the center. What do you want? And then everything else can be added to it as a seasoning. But the core, the main ingredient is you and your partner. And then everything else is the seasoning. Let me pull the brakes back a little bit. I spoke on sisterhood and sister friends, on love and family, on growth, the growth mindset, and on our leadership, and women in leadership.
Black women in leadership.
Hey, and how important that is that we are grounded in our uniqueness and unapologetic about it, and that we lead with purpose.
Yes.
Those are the things that I wake up and say, am I leading with purpose? What am I doing today? Why am I doing it today?
So, to the last question.
That I keep bringing up.
What is Keisha a student of at the moment?
Keeping faith. Faith it's been challenging. Faith is not something that you can see.
Faith in things unseen.
And things unseen. And we have a little whiteboard in our kitchen. And my daughter wrote on there, "Remember, Mama, faith of a mustard seed." And I was like, whoa. So I went and I went to my pantry and I pulled out what a mustard seed looks like. It's tiny. And so I'm a student of that because I question it sometimes. I forget about it. Where's your faith, Keisha? When things are going bad, do you lose your faith? Do you give up? Do you say, And it's been challenged. So I have my good and bad days. And one thing that's been constant for me is remembering that. It's not, no one said I needed faith as a whole world. Mustard seed, baby steps. That's it. So I'm a student of that, remembering what that means, even though I can't see it. And standing, holding firm to it.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
I have so many, not questions, actually, images just floating around, and the visions we carry within, and sometimes we are afraid of. Like, is it too big what I want? Is it impossible? Can I hold it even for a minute?
Yep. So that's what I'm going to continuously keep. And when I forget, remember what she told me. And that has been grounding me through this. Although it's a somewhat of regret. I do have a tattoo
Do you?
I do. It's on my shoulder. I got it when my dad passed away. So one way you read it, it says faith. And the other way you read it, it says hope.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Now I'm kitchen service. So it's
We
something
keep it off camera.
yes. Not the best way I could have chosen to keep that as a, something to remember. I tell my kids no tattoos, but anyway, it's something that I've been sitting with for a long time because it's questioned normally in times of distress, and I'm working on it.
How wonderful it was to spend time with you on Kitchen Summits. Goes for another one, a thematic one, and I'm looking forward to all your projects to come through.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a delight. Coupe.